Welcome to another edition of Automated Marketer. I think we were just going to call this a podcast. I think this is now officially turning into a podcast. But
Automated Marketer podcast.
Yeah, well, it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
Eventually, because apparently, there's a lot of cool things that happen in technology aside from
Especially
ChatGTP and AI taking over the universe. Like there is a lot of cool things that are going on. YouTube just rolled out where you can actually take a whole bunch of videos, put them in a playlist, and call them an actual podcast.
Right.
We just did it for 2 of our clients. We're actually about to do it for us. I think we're just waiting on the art to be finalized per se, but this will be officially a podcast, Automated Marketer, because we think it's going to be cool. The other thing is Highlevel's been on a roll. I went on a 2-week hiatus, basically on a little small vacation. And I got to be honest, I came back to a whirlwind of cool new features. I don't know if you got a chance to follow along of some of the cool things that got going on, but finally, I believe that they added the ability to add an affiliate where you could do it through a form. So today I was messing around and actually our favorite tool, FG Funnels. I'm going to see if I can try to pull it up. But basically, you now can add an affiliate using a form and put them automatically into a campaign. Now, still obviously work in progress, because they're doing a lot of work as far as getting it ready. Oh, and I got to log in. And basically, they are moving it right along. But I will tell you that they rolled out with the affiliate system. They also rolled out. Oh,
we lost your camera.
And I lost my camera. Today is one of those days where all things that could have broken have broken.
Let's be blunt. Nuno just got back from a European tour.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
European tour. He went from here to there on his real anniversary, not work anniversary, but with his lovely bride. And just came back from the coast. And
I've been coming back, and it feels like everything's broken. So I'm like, why is everything broken?
Piece of the Mondays on a Tuesday.
So check this out. So today, because I wanted to see whether or not I can get this to work, let me see if I can share my screen. I went in and I was messing around with it. Beautiful. Oh yeah, that works out pretty cool. Yeah, so basically, I don't know if you can see it or not, but like if you come in here in automations, I made like an affiliate automation where you can add an affiliate based on somebody filling out a form. So now you see how they have this add affiliate, so you can add an affiliate to an affiliate manager.
In this, I can't see a thing. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but other people will, so you don't matter. No, I'm just kidding. How about that? Oh, that's pretty big.
Oh, now we're talking. Now it looks good.
So now you can add it to the affiliate manager and then update the affiliate, make them as active, and then add the affiliate to an actual campaign. Nice. So it's gonna, that's why this sometimes doesn't work. That's even worse. Oh, maybe
that's better. I like this.
And then you go in and you go into sites, not sites. I think it's just like a regular form. Oh, marketing, and now affiliate. If we go to campaigns. You see, you have a test affiliate campaign. It was able to add it. So it was able to add me into the affiliate, and I did this all automatically. So before, remember, our affiliates wouldn't allow us to do that, and now it does. So the only reason why this is pretty important is the fact that you have to manually add the affiliates prior. So this was a big win.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
Again, we are diving deep this week into a lot of the premium automations that you can do now. So for instance, if an order is submitted, we now can add a Google spreadsheet row.
You know what? We can't see on the right-hand side.
On the right-hand side here. Let me see if I can maybe move it aside.
Now I can see the center.
Oh, no. No, that's even worse. Okay.
We've got to switch to the other format.
Well, on the right-hand side, this is a direct integration to Google Sheets. And now I was able to actually push all the sales information directly from here into a Google Sheet.
Nice.
And then what's cool is that it does this, but it does some other premium features also. You can also do an inbound hook. So for instance, I can now have Stripe talk directly into here, and I can send when somebody doesn't make a payment, or if somebody, pays from there, I can automatically do like, hey, thank you so much. This is all the things that, we want to say thank you for, and all this other stuff. So really, really cool things that have been added. So you're talking about a way to manage affiliates and have them sign up using a form, which was not there before. You have an ability now to go in and, get some outbound premium triggers here. They added the date formatter, the custom webhook where you can do a hook right out of here.
Nice.
Slack, so you can do Slack messages directly out of here. And it's basically, I think they run down the math to like one
Oh my
cent
God.
per.
You just said the most beautiful thing in the world to me. No more of these freaking notification emails. I love you, Nuno, but the amount of emails that I get.
I like to be notified.
What?
I like to be notified.
Right. I know, but now we can do it in Slack, which makes it a lot more sense for me.
Well, at least for our particular business, but since we use Slack, yeah. So now as long as you integrate Slack and you automatically go there, and all these integrations, at least the majority of them can go in here, and you can do into Google, and then here's Slack.
Nice.
And that's all that's going on there. So it's got some really cool features going on right now. So a lot's going in that automation space. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but in calendars, you go to calendar settings. This is pretty cool. I saw this the other day. Edit. You now can put a logo directly in here.
Yeah, I did see that. That is a cool thing.
That is pretty cool, right? And then did you also see that we now have a class calendar? So if we wanted to do classes, we can do a class, and now we can set a limit. So if I come in here, let's put you as the main user, blah, 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 come in here. We'll just do a Google
this
Meet.
is what I love so much about the Gohighlevel platform is the ability to add new things constantly and always be evolving. I'm not going to say
really is
the glorious competition, but to be able to change things on a dime and add new things constantly every couple of months, coming up with something new is so important, especially when you have a big user base. And a lot of these other softwares are out there. I'm not going to say CF who these people are, don't often have new components that can be added easily and simply without having to do like a version 2. Ooh.
Well, and that's right. And what's crazy about this whole thing is if you go in here, let's make believe I'm just doing a test. This is for the new class feature. So I hit save and continue, and I go into test. What am I not?
And I actually hope the rivalry is like the DC Marvel rivalry when it comes
to at some point where they start just battling each other out.
Well, they battle each other, but it's more like, but we still respect each other. You know what I mean? And I think that's important.
So there's Zoom, and then you come out of here. And what's cool about this one is for the class one, you can set the seats per class. So if I only have 100 seats available, because Zoom has the limitation, I can come in here and they can outbook if it's a custom appointment, like one class that I'm going to be holding out on. I can add a date here specifically for that class.
Now, I have a question for you. Are we able, one of the things I've been looking for in there is being able to add the links properly for Google Meet. Are we able to do that?
Yeah, so Google Meet will auto-generate. You can't have a static link for Google. The only way to do it is you have to integrate your Google account, and then you have to come in here and you go to Team Setup, and in here you got to go to Google Meet.
Okay.
But even for this class one, you notice how it's all blocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's for it's because it's only going to allow you to do your one Zoom meeting. This is the new class one. So it's a little bit different. For the other I'm talking about, yes. You would just come in here and you would do, Joe Smith's coaching, round robin, whoever this person is, me, I can set my Google Meet. The problem with Google Meet, you can't put a standard meeting like link, I guess. It would always change.
Oh, okay. So it's constantly changing.
Yeah, I think that's how Google keeps it for free, because it's constantly rotating it. And I think they have like hour limits on it or whatever else. So that was pretty cool. So those two pretty significant features. The reason why that is a lot of people are doing a lot of workshops. A lot of people are doing classes, which would be a great way. Now that also means for physical classes too. So imagine if you had like a class, like a real estate class, we were just talking about that an hour before, or whatever else. Like you would now be able to set that class and be a physical location and even a location that people can like dial into, or whatever else. I just think that's like
those two things for their ticket theoretically. I mean, the way it sounds like an event.
Yeah, that is really cool the way they've been doing that, and opportunities are also getting. I think they're getting a hit. I don't know if we have one here, so I think I erased a bunch of cards. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, these also took an update. So if I put in no email. I finally went to a country where people can pronounce my name. It was amazing. Well, it was my own country, so I guess that doesn't count, right?
My mother still calls you Nano. which I always have to correct her, and I'm so sorry.
That's all right. I still can't say your last name, which is pretty funny. So if I add here, and this is going to be a test, they're also doing quite a bit with the cards here. Notice, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but you can actually put a task directly here on the card.
Oh no, I didn't know that. Wait.
Yeah, and you can put a task directly right here on the card. You can even add the notes. You can be directly in there just by hitting that little task button. You can do the call. You can do a message here. But what's cool, if you go to the labs, I believe this is it. Custom values. Yeah, I believe this is right here. I'm going to turn that on. Hit the little refresh. They're customizing a lot of the sheets, not the sheets, the opportunities tab. You see this? Look how nice this looks.
Oh my gosh. How
is that cool? Those are just the columns. Look at this. So I can come in here. I could select whatever and go ahead and give it a tag of 25% or something like that. Now, watch how cool these cards. Input name, blah, blah, blah.
Now, is there a new way to add actual notes so you could see it on the card, or do you still have to continue?
Yeah, so apparently this is it. Let's see what happens. I mean, obviously it's taking its time here, but I think that's what they're trying to do. I saw it in the testing phases of it. I don't know why it's taking this long, but you see how much of a nicer look and cleaner look it's got.
Yeah,
so they are trying to do it right now. Of course, that takes forever, but
it's a case of the Mondays on a Tuesday.
I'm telling you, I am struggling today. Let's try again. See how cool? Look.
What?
I can add a tag directly here.
Now, can we add a note where it appears on the card, or no? We can't. We still can't do that.
I think we can, but we can add notes and say, "Hey there." But now look, you see, it's got.
Oh, it's got a little bubble on it.
Yeah. It should have captured it. Oh yeah. So it does. I thought it would signal, but see, and you can add the appointment right here, and you can assign directly here too.
Oh, that is hot.
Yeah, it's got some really cool features. Now, they also have the text to pay, and
again, that's in labs, right? That's in the
lab. That was in labs to turn that on.
How do you get to the lab again?
Yeah, you're gonna go to settings. You're gonna come in here, and I believe.
And now, are these for all people, Nuno, or are these for people just who are agency people?
I believe it's all people because they want everybody to try. I'm gonna assume that. Please correct me in my assumption. I might not be right on that. So they got a lot of really cool things. Additional emails for contacts. And now even in automation, this was pretty cool. You know how we do an internal notification, you would do it to one person? You now can do it to like two people. So for instance, if I wanted to come in here and total notification, you know how you add, instead of all users, particular users, I now can add more than one.
Oh, that's wonderful.
How cool is that?
That is so cool.
So they got some again, in NMI, I'm not really familiar what NMI is, but apparently it's a big payment processor that a lot of people have used. I don't know if it's more overseas, but it's a huge payment processor. So now we have the ability of not only taking NMI authorized
long time coming.
Authorized. Yeah, so a lot of this is pretty cool. I believe this works as more of a gateway. That's pretty exciting though. That's going to open up a whole bunch of stuff going on there. There are some email templates stuff coming on too, that they're doing some stuff in here too over the next several weeks. I believe it's this one, or maybe this, but regardless of which, yeah, a lot of really cool things. Class calendar, update the opportunities. I thought this was really super cool the way it looks. I can't wait for this to go live.
The affiliate thing alone.
And they made it so, I don't know if you can see the cross. You see how it's doing it?
Oh, that's cool.
They did it better because remember how sometimes it was slingshotting?
Yeah.
But if you had an automation, it would like slingshot back because you didn't have it in the wrong thing.
Mean for it to do.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. So they have this going on. I love the fact that you can put the tags in there. You can view conversations of that person directly in here. So they got that going on. They got the affiliate update, which I thought was a pretty cool update. We're going to try it out. I have a client now that's going to be heavily into affiliates, so we're going to try to see if we can figure it out. And then just regular site updates. But yeah, it was kind of like I said, I was out for a week, and then Highlevel decided to like change
roll out everything.
had
And again,
all
that's
these
what's cool
things
about
going
the
on.
platform. That's what's cool. It's malleable. You know, they can always add new things to it. It can always be different. And of course, you know, our YouTube channel that I hope everyone is going to, we're always putting out new information on the new things that Gohighlevel has going on. We're going to be doing videos on each one of these components. We're also building out frameworks right now for each kind of your basic funnel. So you'll be able to go on our channel and actually step by step, not just how to build the funnel, but how to build the automation, how to build the form, and the theory behind each one of those, so that when you want to do a tripwire funnel, when you want to do a lead magnet, when you want to do a squeeze page, anything like that, sales page, we're going to build it live inside the YouTube channel. Just come on in and you'll be able to watch soup to nuts. If you follow along, you can build your own. Just do it exactly as we do it.
Yeah, we've actually been trying to do a series. So right now, if you guys go to automatedmarketer.net, let me actually just pull it up. We've been doing an entire series at this point. Love for you guys to give us some feedback on it. Let us know what you think. We've been trying to break things down in a way that anybody can follow, and we were doing it. I don't know how I would want to call it. I would say it's like the probably very, very, very much in tune to like the beginner all the way to the expert, because they're very long in nature. And we've been pushing one out every week.
Right.
So it's been pretty good. So let me share a screen again, guys,
Well,
because like
one of the issues with having this kind of software, which is so malleable, that is so new all the time, is that we are constantly going to be adding new videos on all the new things that come out. So you're going to be able to watch these videos with basically not knowing a damn thing and build yourself up so you understand GHL completely.
yeah, and the way we've done it is we've been labeling it like, you know, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, just to kind of follow you along the way we've like kind of learned these systems and these funnels. So if you're brand new to it or you're just thinking of checking it out, I would definitely go from start to finish and just see whatever else. Even if you're like a high level expert and you kind of want us to see what we're doing versus what you're doing, we have some like really high depth like reviews of like calendars, forms, and breaking down every single little component about these things. Which is again what we wanted to do, is just to make sure it was out there, because a lot of our customers are like, we'll teach them something, and after like a couple months, it's like, hey, can I create a form again? And we have our own little mini course and everything else, but this one's just like super in depth, and we're trying to keep up with them as the rollouts happen. So, like I said, if you haven't done it yet, this is it. I believe, Andy, like you said, you're going to be doing a full like.
So what I'm doing,
build.
and I'll have these in YouTube, and eventually I'll have it so that you can have a membership area with it. But we'll be making a thing called GHL frameworks, and in GHL frameworks, every kind of funnel that you can think of, maybe 20, maybe 30 funnels, how to build them from the start, all the way from the theory. So I'll be doing the UI with the boxes, showing what the automation is that I'm going to be building. Then I actually build the funnel, I build the forms or the survey or etc. And then the workflow that makes basically sews everything together. That's going to be the whole video. So if you go in one of those videos, you can bookmark them. If you're like, I always have to create a survey funnel, bookmark that video. And every time you got to do it, you'll have me or you'll have Nuno right there to walk you through it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what's really cool about it too is if like I said before, it's all there. We even have a little playlist on Highlevel Shorts that's 27 minutes of like 1 minute little tidbits that is there for your viewing if you like it. But again, we're trying to make it super easy for you guys to go in there, and then just a little bit of like what we've been telling you about you guys here. So we're up to 103 videos, man. Did you know that?
That is amazing. Are we almost a year in now?
No. What? June, I think way later than that, because I had to start. Remember, I couldn't go on anything social media.
Oh my goodness. So that means that we are putting out so many, subscribe to our channel, check out all this stuff. We're putting out good quality content at least 4 to 5 times a month, maybe even more, depending. And we're trying to ramp it up. I found out a little secret, Nuno, that to do my intros after I film the video. So I'll be able to push out more of these videos and you'll be able to see our faces more often.
Yeah, and the funny thing is we're so bad at YouTube. You know why? Because YouTube is, if you can follow like Mr. Beast and a lot of like the really good experts and people that have figured it out. They always say you start with the thumbnail first, man. Like, we're doing the thumbnail until last minute. This is how bad we are.
Who doesn't say that, who I am really starting to follow? Casey, I'm going to bastardize his last name, Neistat, about how he's a guy in New York City, and he does all this vlogging. But he says no matter what kind of video, I was watching his video earlier today, no matter what kind of video you're doing, it needs to follow a story. Problem, story, solution. Yeah. And if we start, and that's how I'm going to be designing all of those funnel pages. It's going to be the problem, the story, and then the solution. And every time is going to have that. So the problem is you need to get leads. This is the solution. This is, this is how you make the funnel. And the solution is you now have leads. So if you do more of a storyline, then I can make my thumbnail. But trying to just do it off of a thumbnail,
they said, but because the thumbnail comes the concept of like what you're trying to do and everything else. Because with the whole thing is like the thumbnail is supposed to be leading into the whole thing. But regardless of which is a whole science, we'll figure it out eventually. I'm like, we're doing this one. It solves multiple reasons. If you're just starting out, trying to figure out how to use high-level systems, workflows, automations, trying to figure all this stuff out, you go to the channel, you figure it out. There's a bunch of free resources there. People are just tired of it, and you're seeing our expertise and you're seeing it shine through, and you want to hire us, by all means, you go through our site and you hire us and so forth. So it's serving multiple purposes. At some point, we'll get really good at it, and then people will like crave and like they'll mark it on their calendars and all that other stuff.
I'm looking forward to that. And we can finally build out the studio in my basement.
Yeah, I know. We got like, mom's basement. He's like his studio downstairs.
And we'll change the name of the channel to Two Bearded Dads Yelling at Each Other.
Pretty much. Like some of our days, that's all it is. It's a lot of yelling. A lot of yelling.
So you know what it is we're very passionate, and we love what we do, and we're very good at what we do. So, stick around. There'll be a
Speaking
lot
of passion, hold on. Speaking of passion, let me tell you the cool thing in Paris that happened based on something. Remember I told you that with your cell phone, if you're using Google Maps, you can get the virtual tour?
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden the augmented reality goes in. They had it in Paris.
They did?
So you would put in, let's say, a location like, the Eiffel Tower, and you would plug it in and you would start walking and you would hold it up. There was a little camera icon that would show up right where you put the address in. You hit the camera icon. It says, hold up the screen. And all these things are popping up.
Oh, really?
It's really, really cool.
They have like dancing showgirls at the Moulin Rouge,
Yeah, and then the other piece of it was not only did they do this when you were walking, I talked to some local store owners because I was just really curious, and they said the number one business tool that they all use was, guess what?
Google Maps.
Google My Business, Google Maps, hands down. They said, and I quote, both on the island of Madeira and in Paris, they said it is the lifeblood of our business. He goes, if one person leaves a Google bad review, somebody goes, the chances, because think about it. He's like, the guy was telling me, the guy was really educated. It was an amazing story the way he was telling me. He was like, small little mom and pop shop, but like amazing food. You'd be so proud of me. We tried everything.
Is this in Paris or is this?
Well, in both places. I'm going to tell you a story of two worlds there. Okay. One, in Paris, this guy says, well, it's the lifeblood. This is how we do our business and everything else. And he's like, there are 17 restaurants in less than 550 feet.
Sure.
The stars matter in the ratings for the people that are visiting, because if there is a choice between 15 restaurants, all that small circumference, you have 4.7 and somebody has a 4.2, the 4.7s will always get busier and higher. And I'm like, are you serious? He's like, dead serious. That or you're the first one on the block. Wow. And he's like, those are the two factors. He's like, I can be located as long as I'm in this circle. If I'm located in the back and there's nothing that's close enough to me that has a high enough rating, it will come back.
Really?
And it is absolutely amazing. Now, the other place there was a tour guide. We met a local tour guide. He actually got, he was a third party that was kind of like volunteering in. The guy was amazing. Mm-hmm. Took us everywhere along the Madeira Island. It was beautiful. Like, he showed us sites like waterfalls and all this other stuff. I left him his first Google review. I literally, while I was out there, I'm like, let's set up your Google account. I set it up all on the phone, had him do it. And all of a sudden, I like literally sat there, put my arm around him. I'm like, this guy is like, blah, blah. His name is Tiago. He's an amazing guy. And I was like, this is going to be your first review. I literally did it live and I sent it to him and I posted it.
Oh, that's
and he was like over the moon. He's like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You made me famous." I'm like, "I didn't make you famous." But it was really, really cool. It's like the only hard time I had is like, because everything was in Portuguese. So it was like, even though I know how to speak it, I can't read it. But it was so I literally did that. I literally like just sat there and I'm like, "We could give you your first golden.
You know what? That
What
would
I call it? I
really
call it like the golden currency of the internet." And I sat there with the tour guide and I literally recorded me doing a review of him and with him right there. And he was just standing there like,
if we only
even though it's
lived
sad.
around a major city where we could do that too.
I'm
That's
telling you, Paris was so cool because of the augmented reality. You would have rolled over.
Oh,
You
man.
literally held up your screen. You just look at and it popped information of it, reviews, busy time. Like it had a lot going on, and the arrows are virtual, like are augmented, so you could see the arrow
telling you
like right in front of you. Yeah. So as you're walking, the arrows keep going in. It was the coolest thing. I've been telling everybody about it, and I was like, I thought I had it in some places in New York, but I have it in Paris. That was so cool. I was like almost Google Maps, like saved our lives both with data and in Paris because you just didn't know where to go, and you were so close to so many things. Like, I mean, my wife and I must have seen like I didn't even know how many sites because we were using Google Maps, and we were mapping it all out and based on reviews, based on busy times.
And you were doing it all through Google Maps.
All through Google Maps.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I mean, but
that really, you got that's, for people who are listening to this podcast, if you've got a local business or if you're a tour guide or if you have a restaurant in a major city, like, I don't know, New York City or something like that, having all these things are really important. If you're not doing all of these things, you're missing the boat. And if I'll tell you a little story. There's a town by us in New Jersey called Montclair. Perhaps you've heard of it. And we went and decided to go for dinner in Montclair. Now, Montclair used to have this incredible Mexican restaurant. It's called Mexicali Rose. It's no longer there anymore. Now, they were always busy, and the guy opened up a new place called Cuban Pete's. Of course, that was probably like 15 years ago.
Oh, Cuban Pete's was the best. Still is the best.
Still there. So we drove by Cuban Pete's, and we were a little too tired to wait in line. And we look back, and it is jammed. Their food's good, but it's not like ridiculous. So we go to where Mexicali Rose used to be, and there's a new Mexican restaurant there, but it's empty. We go and we're like, well, we're hungry, and we gave up looking for a place. We went in, and a lot of times a restaurant, you know this, Nuno, a restaurant will look unappetizing, and you'll think the food's bad because nobody's there. And if you looked at their Google reviews, guess what? No Google reviews. So we walk in. The food was ridiculous. The Mexican restaurant. It was so good. I could not stop raving about it. I was like, you guys got to work on your Google My Business reviews because I want to leave something here. So like it's to your point. If you're not putting out that information about your business, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a service business, nobody's going to know that you exist.
It just blew my mind. It blew my mind with the way that guy said it. He says there is 15 restaurants in less than 500 feet.
Wow. That's crazy.
500 feet. And I'm like, that can't be accurate. He's like 500 feet. Wow. And he was very passionate about it. He's like 500 feet.
Because he knows.
I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, one bad star review will kill my business. He goes, I have personally measured it. I know it. I will fight for a really good review. And I'm telling you, this is what it will do. So it just blew my mind how, and the Wi-Fi there was on public Wi-Fi. And my stuff was on it was pure fire. It was like it was super quick.
Is this in Paris or in
both? In both places. Their internet and their technology in certain spaces are really pretty unique. I mean, for the island, how as crazy as antiquated as it is, because there's a lot of hills and there's a lot of, I wouldn't say there's no real poor areas per se. There's just very far areas.
Sure. More rural.
But it's weird. It's not far flat. It's far up.
Oh. Is it rural? Is there like vineyards and stuff or?
Oh, it's cool. I mean, look, I told you, I'm trying to buy.
I can't wait to go. As soon as we can,
it is tropical. It's got mountains. It's got north side, south side. It's super hot. It's beautiful. Like, I mean, we absolutely love it. But the point of the matter is that very, very technology in depth of like, you'd be surprised what people do and how doing it. So I thought it was pretty wild. But anyway, with all that being said, we just want to come on live, give you guys a quick little update. Again, if you're not following us on our channel, make sure you do. Be on the lookout. We're going to be rolling out some stuff regarding, workflows probably in the next few weeks. We got Andy coming up with a whole bunch of funnel different things with the funnels that are going on and different frameworks. So be on the lookout. So we're out and cranking.
Can't wait to see you there.
Looking forward to seeing everybody soon. So with that being said, we'll talk to you all soon. And
See you
have a
next
good one.
week.